The two nuclear-era rivals, the United States and Russia, former Soviet Union, have once again come into focus after their respective strategic bombers, the B-52 Stratofortress and the Tu-22 M3, crashed on the same day. The coincidence has drawn renewed attention to the aging fleets that still form a critical part of both countries' long-range strike capabilities and how long it remains viable to extend the operational life of these decades-old platforms. According to the U.S. Air Force, the B-52 bomber crashed shortly after takeoff from Edwards Air Force Base in California. All personnel on board were killed. Officials said the aircraft was on a routine test mission and an investigation has been launched to determine the cause of the crash. Meanwhile, on the same day in Russia's Irkutsk region in Siberia, a Tu-22 M3 strategic bomber crashed during a training flight. However, the crew managed to safely eject before impact. Russia's defense ministry said the pilot survived and confirmed that the aircraft was not carrying any weapons at the time of the incident. Despite being developed during the Cold War, the B-52 Stratofortress and the Tu-22 M3 remain key components of US and Russian strategic air power. Over the decades, their combination of payload capacity, range, versatility, and cost effectiveness has prevented any fully comparable replacement from entering service. The B-52 Stratofortress is a long-range subsonic strategic bomber capable of carrying up to 70,000 pounds, approximately 31,750 kilograms of weapons and equipments. It is capable of deploying virtually the full spectrum of U.S. air-launched munitions, including nuclear warheads, cluster munitions, and precision-guided cruise missiles. According to U.S. Air Force data, the aircraft can operate at altitudes of up to 50,000 feet and has a combat range exceeding 8,000 miles on a single refueling. Currently, only the B-52H variant remains in active service with the U.S. Air Force. The aircraft involved in the recent incident belonged to the 412th Test Wing at Edwards Air Force Base and was engaged in a test mission. Most B-52 deployments are based in North Dakota and Louisiana. On the Russian side, the Tu-22 M3, NATO reporting name Backfire, is a supersonic strategic bomber originally developed during the Soviet era and later modernized for contemporary operations, including deployments in Syria and Ukraine. It is capable of carrying Kh-22AS-4 kitchen air-launched cruise missiles and in certain configurations, the Kinzhal Dagger hypersonic missile, according to various defense analyses. In service since the 1960s, the aircraft has undergone multiple upgrade cycles. Its latest modernized variant, the Tu-22 M3, entered service in 2018 and is believed to enhance high-altitude, long-range standoff strike capabilities. Following the end of the Cold War, both Washington and Moscow have been relatively cautious and limited in their investment toward developing next-generation heavy bombers. The United States is currently pursuing the B-21 Raider program while Russia is working on the PAK-DA project. However, both programs continue to face significant delays.